Can-Am Origin and Pulse. After 2 years of anticipation and dozens of teasers from Can-Am, we can finally learn and digest the finalized specifications of the brand's first electrified duo. Already available for pre-order and scheduled to appear on the streets and dirt trails in early 2025, the Can-Am Pulse and Origin will be powered by an in-house developed 35 kilowatt strong Rotax e-Power unit. Although the Pulse belongs to the street bike class and the Origin is a dual sport model, both newcomers share a standard 8.9 kilowatt-hour battery with liquid cooling and L2 charging capabilities. With the most powerful charging option, you can bring the battery from 20 to 80% in about an hour. The city-oriented Pulse sports a KYB suspension fork with 140 millimeters of travel, an adjustable twin-tube coilover shock in the rear, disc brakes with ABS, a traction control system, LED headlights, and a 10.25-inch control display with navigation. Nimble city riding is guaranteed by a zippy 0 to 60 acceleration in 3.8 seconds, while the autonomy is about 80 miles. The off-road ready Can-Am Origin weighs 412 pounds and has a 34-inch seat height. It's equipped with a 43mm inverted fork by KYB, a fully adjustable rear HPG shock with 10 inches of travel, brakes with floating calipers, ABS, traction control, and up to 70 miles of autonomy. Husqvarna Pioneer. Husky is yet another seasoned manufacturer that doesn't want to miss the impending EV transition. The Pioneer is the brand's first enduro motorcycle that will take on the likes of KTM Freeride-E and Sur-Ron Storm B. Unlike many of its competitors, the Pioneer is street legal and beginner friendly. The model received a unique chassis setup that encapsulates an 11 kilowatt electric motor and a 5.5 kilowatt-hour battery with lithium-ion cells. The use of lightweight materials helped reduce the overall weight to 246.9 pounds, which is slightly less than a 350cc dirt bike. The motor's peak output reaches 19.2 kilowatts and 27.7 pound-feet, while a full charge can last up to 3 hours or 85 miles. The standard setup gets adjustable WP suspension with 250 millimeters of front and 240 millimeters of rear travel, BrakeTech brakes, Pro Taper handlebars, and Michelin Enduro tires. Honda Fun EV. Honda's current electrified two-wheeler lineup is represented by a single city scooter. However, according to the company's execs, the brand's 2030 EV ambitions reach much farther. To back up this claim and preview upcoming two-wheelers, Honda unveiled 2 conceptual models at this year's EICMA show floor, a middleweight motorcycle and a futuristic maxi scooter. The EV Fun will offer performance specifications comparable to modern midsize ICE bikes by Honda, but the range is claimed to be at least 60 miles from a fixed battery pack. We do hope that this is a mistake and we'll be able to travel much further without looking for a plug. Externally, the EV Fun boasts a two-tone monochrome design and visible single-sided swing arm, a mid-motor layout with a belt drive, an inverted front fork suspension, and radial front brake calipers. This sporty two-wheeler will also support CCS2 quick charging. DAV 1 Alpha. This French manufacturer belongs to a short list of car manufacturers that also have a vast lineup of scooters and motorcycles. Although the brand has not released its own electrified bike yet, they have acquired the maker of attention-grabbing boutique motorcycles from France. DAB Motors got a chance to put the 1 Alpha into production. Limited to just 400 units, the motorcycle is a fine display of the latest EV technology, modern electronics, high-quality motorcycling parts, and handcrafted elements by skilled artisans. The mid-mounted motor is paired with a Gates carbon drive to transfer 11 kilowatts of nominal and 25.5 kilowatts of peak output to the rear wheel. With 291 pound-feet of wheel torque, the model offers quick acceleration with a top speed of 80 miles per hour. A full charge of 7.1 kilowatt-hour battery brings up to 93 miles of riding. However, the range estimations depend on the chosen performance mode: Eco, Standard, Sport, or Nitrous Boost. The bodywork is offered in two colors, white and gray, while the minimalist design features upcycled carbon fiber bodywork elements, an adjustable suspension fork with 10 gold treatment, an LED daylight strip, a handcrafted Alcantara saddle, and a glove box. KTM Freeride-E. KTM is rolling out some key updates for the 2025 model year. The newcomer has a 910mm seat height and a reworked frame that encapsulates the battery and the mid-mounted motor. The 11-kilowatt e-motor is good for 19.2 kilowatts and 27 pound-feet of peak output. To maximize the efficiency of the 5.5 kilowatt-hour battery, KTM developed 3 riding modes, the most powerful of which unlocks the 60-mile-per-hour speed. To properly handle the output, the bike uses a braking system with 260mm disc in the front and 260mm ones in the rear, while the suspension setup has 43mm WP X-Act split design forks and an adjustable WP Explore PDS unit with 9.8 inches of travel. Royal Enfield Flying Flea C6. Royal Enfield used this year's EICMA show floor to not only unveil their first highly anticipated electric motorcycle, but also a separate EV brand called the Flying Flea. Scheduled for a market debut in 2026, the Flying Flea C6 will preserve Royal Enfield's retro spirit by using an exposed aluminum frame, rounded lights, a leather saddle, and a unique girder suspension setup, and offer all-terrain riding capabilities in a lightweight package. As of today, the brand hasn't disclosed its main performance characteristics and motorcycling components, besides a specially developed vehicle control unit, a battery protected by a magnesium enclosure, lean angle sensing, ABS, a cruise control system, a round touchscreen TFT display, and quick charger with a 3-pin plug. At the end of the show, the company execs teased the upcoming S6 model that looks like a lightweight electric scrambler. LiveWire S2 Mulholland. For the upcoming 2025 year, LiveWire is bringing a brand new performance cruiser, the S2 Mulholland. The model received a fresh design with a laid-back cruiser geometry, a 6-inch handlebar riser, a 19-inch wheel in the front, and a 17-inch one in the back. Encased within the platform is a 10.5 kilowatt-hour battery and a 62.6 kilowatt e-motor capable of generating 194 pound-feet of torque and letting you sprint 60 miles per hour in a mere 3.3 seconds. According to official estimations, with every full charge, you could ride up to 120 miles in the urban cycle or up to 70 miles with an average speed of 55 miles per hour. Luckily, the newcomer supports L2 quick charging that would restore 80% of the battery charge in about 80 minutes. However, the standard L1 charger takes up to 6 hours. Besides producing a bike with zero-emission powertrain, LiveWire placed a great emphasis on using the latest eco-friendly solutions, namely hemp biocomposite materials, recyclable silicone, and other petroleum-free materials. Rieju E-Tango. Rieju, an established Spanish manufacturer with years of experience in producing street, adventure, and off-road motorcycles, is entering the dirt bike segment with its first electrified model. To ensure its market success, the company tried to keep the price low while still using quality motorcycling parts. This lightweight two-wheeler is based on a high-strength steel frame offering 340 millimeters of ground clearance, has an upside-down fork with 200 millimeters of travel, rear monoshock with connecting rods, 4-piston hydraulic brakes with 210 millimeter rotors, and mismatched tires with 19 and 18 inches in diameter. The mid-mounted e-motor with chain drive is rated for 5 kilowatts and 224 pound-feet of torque. With peak output reaching 10.5 kilowatts, this dirt bike could easily travel at 47 mile-per-hour speeds in the off-road mode. The 72-volt, 43-amp-hour battery pack is fitted with LG cells, offering a range autonomy of 40 miles and a charging time of 4 hours.
Kawasaki Z7 Hybrid. The Z7 Naked arrived alongside the Ninja 7 as the world's first mass-produced hybrid motorcycles. Its innovative powertrain technology combines a 451cc internal combustion parallel twin from the Eliminator with a liquid-cooled permanent magnet synchronous electric traction motor capable of independent or synergistic operation. With an activated e-boost at peak RPM, the mill claims an output of 68.5 horsepower and 44.6 pound-feet of torque, enabling short acceleration bursts that outpace 1-liter superbikes like the ZX-10R. The Z7 Hybrid boasts a range of 7 miles in all-electric mode and over 200 miles on the highway. The semi-electric Kawa weighs around 500 pounds and utilizes a steel trellis frame inspired by the Z400. The battery is strategically positioned beneath the seat to mitigate disruptions to the center of mass, and the bike is tamed with a 6-speed automatic manual transmission, 2-piston brake calipers on 300mm and 250mm discs front and rear, reinforced suspension springs, all LED lighting, and an informative 4.3-inch TFT dashboard. Triumph TE1. Even though this electric bike is rather old news, we're still hopeful that Triumph moves on to mass production in the near future. The creation of the TE1 united Triumph, Williams Advanced Engineering, Integral Powertrain, Warwick University WMG Department, and Innovate UK, with financial support from 2 British government agencies. The motorcycle boasts a novel chassis with a single-sided swing arm, Öhlins USD cartridge forks, a distinctive prototype RSU shock from Öhlins, and Triumph-designed wheels equipped with Brembo M50 monoblock calipers. Its powertrain is a collaboration between WAE battery, a scalable integrated inverter, and a combined motor featuring silicon carbide switching technology, both developed by Integral Powertrains. Initial figures indicate a continuous power output of 107 horses and a peak of 174, and the range of about 100 miles that can be restored in just 20 minutes.
Our team is working hard on bringing the latest and greatest news from the world of electric two-wheelers. If you'd like to support our efforts, please subscribe for further updates and feel free to share our work with your friends or request new product reviews in the comments section below. Thanks once again, and till next time.